Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to day 3, I believe, of 12 days of beauty. I hope this is day 3 and I hope I've been staying on top of my uploads, but if not, just welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video. It's kind of centered on makeup that I eventually want to use up. This isn't a project pan intro or anything like that. This is just makeup that at some point I hope to use up or declutter or just get out of my collection for one reason or another. So let's just get into it. I'm going to start with some base products. So I have 2 powders and they are actually the only 2 powders I have. First is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I love this powder. This is my favorite powder. It just lightly sets your makeup without drying out your skin, but it still sets everything in place. But this is getting a little bit old in my collection and I don't have that much left. I don't know if you can see, but it's down to like right here. So I think I could use this up. Some of these things will be in my project pan for 2021, and if you have any suggestions on things that you might want to see me use up, you can always let me know that. But this is one that is going to be in my project pan. I use this every day when I do my makeup and I just love it, but again, it is getting old and I don't love Hourglass as a brand right now because of their inclusivity issues. If they were a better brand, I think I would repurchase this, and maybe down the line once they hopefully fix everything, I will repurchase this. But it's getting old in my collection and I don't want to use old stuff on my face and I want to try something new. I really want to try the Fenty Beauty loose powder because Smoky Glow always raves about that one. So I'm just excited to try something new. I don't want to have 2 loose powders open at a time just because it's a powder. I don't need multiple. So that is something I want to use up, and I also want to use up the Bite Beauty Changemaker powder. I do have pan in this, and this is another thing that will be in my project pan. I definitely feel like this is doable to finish up next year, but there is still a lot of product in there because I do have like a decent, like, even dip in it, but there is still a ton of product over on the sides. I have a backup of this. I might honestly sell it. I'm not sure because I do really love this powder. I guess just with things like powders and foundations and concealers, like once I use it up, I've been using it long enough where I probably want to try something new. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that backup, but just for now, I do want to use this up just because I can. And I also want to try the number 7 powder, which is a supposed dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, or maybe try the Charlotte Tilbury one. I don't know, but this is just one I hope to use up next year. I have 2 foundations in here, and these are the 2 that I think if I had to minimize collection, these are the 2 that would go, but I don't really want to get rid of them. I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh and the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. Kosas is definitely my least favorite. I just think it looks not the best on my skin. I just think that my Rare Beauty or my Bite foundation look a lot better on my skin. So I just hope to use that one up, and maybe next summer I will get to use that one. And then the ColourPop Pretty Fresh, I think it's a good product. It's just not my favorite. It has a really light amount of coverage, which I think is pretty, but I like my Bite one over this one. And I also, this might be breaking me out. I don't know, it makes me a little bit itchy sometimes, but I haven't noticed that lately, so I'm not sure. But this is just a product where it's my oldest foundation as of right now. I got this at the beginning of my channel, which wasn't that long ago, but this is just something I would like to use up just because there are other foundations I want to try. It's not that these foundations are bad or that any of these products are bad, because I obviously still have them in my collection, but I just want to try new things. So like I want to try the Cosmetics Cushion Foundation, but I don't want to buy more products when I already have these. Meet Milo. Say hello. You're the one meowing in the background. She's fine, she's not dying. So the 2 primers that I actually want to use up, which I should have talked about before, are the 2 primers I have in my collection. This one is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This is getting old. I want to say it's over a year old now, and I think I'm like halfway done with this. I'm not sure. This is a really beautiful product. It's just way too expensive for a hydrating primer. So I don't think this will be hard for me to use up because I do enjoy it and I can use it every day, but it's just getting old and I just want to get it out of my collection. It is so pretty though. Maybe if this was on 50% off again, I would get it. I'm not sure because like the bottle is glass. This is the product I wanted for so long and I finally got it and then I never used it, but it is really pretty on the skin. And then the other one is the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This one will take me a little bit longer because I don't like to use this every day and it is a newer product to me. As you can see, I've only used this much. It's just a product that like I got it and I was excited and I still like it. It's just not one that I think is necessary for my collection. I'm just I'm just one that I need something like this and that's it, and I don't even use this every day because I have a pretty good skincare routine. This is just if I need it. So I don't really need something like this, but it is nice. It is moisturizing, but it still has a nice grip to your makeup, which I do like, especially in the summertime. So hopefully this summer I can get a lot more use out of it. And then another thing, don't yell at me, but I need to get this on my collection. It's just a sample of the Hello Fab Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. Again, it's not my favorite, but it's not too mattifying, so I can use it, and I just need to remember to use that because I need to get it out of my collection. I also have an eye primer, which I think I will put this in my project pan next year. I only own one of these, and it's the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter eye primer. I do enjoy this stuff. I just, for some reason, would think it'd be really satisfying to use this up. I don't know why it's in this video other than that. Like, I love this product. I would probably repurchase it too. I just think it'd be cool to use this up. I don't know. Kind of want to look into like a tinted eye primer, like the Urban Decay one. I don't know if you guys have used that. Let me know how you like it, but I do like this eye primer. I don't know why it's in my pile here. Okay, I have a few, actually I have this concealer product. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Under Eye Corrector. Again, this isn't something I dislike. I just decided to put some things in here that I think I might put in my project pan. I have a decent dip, I have a decent dip going in this, and I do like it, but I just don't find myself reaching for it as much anymore. I don't know why. I think it is pretty, but I do want to try maybe the Becca eye primer. I don't know. I might not even want to use this up because if I start using it, I do like it. I don't want to repurchase it because it's expensive, but I would like to see myself hit pan on this, mostly just to get more use out of it. Okay, and then I have some cheek products, but I'm going to go into the eye products first. The first one I have here is my Charlotte Tilbury Ice to Mesmerize and Oyster Pearl. This isn't something I want out of my collection right now, or like to use up completely. It's just that I have two of these, and I just want to see more usage out of these. She's under my bed screaming. I want to just get a bigger dip going and to actually use it a lot more than I do right now because these are creams and they will go bad quicker. So I just want to use these up more. Like this one looks like I've barely touched it and I don't use it that much. So I just want to use these more often, specifically the shade Oyster Pearl, just because I feel like I need to use the shade more to really understand if I like it or not. So these aren't ones that I want out of my collection, but within the next year and a half or so, I do want to get significant use out of these because they will go bad. So I don't want them to go bad when they're like all the way full. You know what I mean? I think it's more satisfying when it has a good dip going down there. And then I also have two little eyeshadow palettes. These are just e.l.f. bite-sized eyeshadows, and I do enjoy these. I have a lot of eyeshadows and I would like to see myself work through these one way or another. I have the shades Cream and Sugar and Rose Water. Cream and Sugar I use a lot more, especially, if I can open it, this first shade, just because it's a nice shade for my skin tone to kind of even things out or to cancel out the veins in my eye. So I also like this shade for the inner corner, so I would maybe put this in a project pan. I think I'm going to do pan those eyeshadows, but just eventually I would like to see myself get a lot more use out of these two and eventually get them out of my collection, just because these aren't palettes I reach for by themselves. I just use these as companion palettes, and honestly I need to use this one more. But this first shimmer in here is really gorgeous. I really only use these first two shadows, so if I could hit pan on those, that would be nice. And if I could use up some of the shades in here, that would be great, just because these aren't palettes that I think I would use just on their own. Maybe Rose Water, but this one I just don't find myself reaching for on its own, and I don't like the tones in it to reach on its own. I think it needs another matte brown that's a little bit of a mid-toned brown to act as a crease shade. Okay, and then I chose 3 cheek products, but I might add in another one, I don't know. The first is a cream bronzer. This is from Tower 28. It's the Bronzino. And I don't know how to feel about this because I've been using it more lately and I don't think I love this as a bronzer. But again, I need to try it more in the summer because I remember I liked it when I had a very natural look going on. So maybe like if I just have a concealer look and I use this, but to be honest, I only like this when I apply it all over my cheek, like as a bronzer and a blush, because I find when I just applied it as a bronzer, it just looked a little weird just because of the tone. So I do need to try this out more, but this isn't something I see myself like giving to someone else or selling. I mean, who knows, maybe, because I haven't used it too much, but it is something where like I can see how much product is in it. I think I could use it up within a year. I don't know if I should put this in a project pan, let me know, but It's just not my favorite in my collection, but I like it enough to keep it, so I kind of want to use it up. I thought about putting my Fenty cream bronzer in Butter Biscuit just so I could use it up and then get another shade, but the more I use it, I'm like, stop kidding yourself, Ashley. Like, I love this bronzer so much, and I would like to get another shade, but like, Butter Biscuit is gorgeous. So I think that this is the only cream bronzer that I really want to use up in my collection. Maybe actually the Oma stick. I used it today and the tone is just too dark for me. I don't love it. I like the Fenty or the Milk one. This one is just too dark, so I don't know. Which one do you guys think I should focus on using up next year? The Oma stick or the Tower 28? And then for powder bronzer, this is not getting used up anytime soon. So when you see my Project Pan intro, don't ask where this product is because I'm not using it up in a year. But this is the Cover FX Monochromatic Bronzer Duo in Sunkissed Bronze. I actually was decluttering this, like I even posted it on Poshmark, but I was like, you know, I'm going to take that off of my Poshmark because I want to use it again and just see if I like it, because once I get rid of it, I can't try it again, versus it can sit in my collection for a few extra weeks and it'll be fine. So I did end up keeping it, and I do like it actually. It's not my favorite ever, but the more I use it, the more I realize that I just need to work with it. I think I just need to use a stipple brush, but it is nice. I do like it. So this is just something that isn't my favorite tone, so eventually I would like to see it out of my collection just because I don't find it's worth being a holy grail product in my collection, but it is something that's like, I don't want to declutter just to have a small amount of makeup, because this is a powder. It can sit in my makeup collection for a little while and it'll be fine, and keeping it will stop me from just buying more stuff because it's like, well, I already have this. Versus if I were to get rid of it because I don't love it, I could use the excuse that I don't have that many bronzers and blah blah blah. And then the other one, which I love this product, I put in the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Blush in Petal Poppin', and the only reason this is in here is because I have the Patrick Ta She's That Girl, and these are the exact same shade essentially. So at the end of the day, I don't know, I like both of these, and I think sometimes people talking bad about the Fenty Cream Blush makes me think that I don't like it, but I actually love this blush, and I think the shade is gorgeous. I think it blends out easily, and I love how small it is just to throw in my makeup bag. But I do think I prefer the Patrick Ta one a little bit more, and also it's more realistic for me to use up this than it is for this entire duo to be used up, and this one is a bit older. So maybe in the next year. I don't think it'll happen in a year just because I like to rotate through my blushes. Let me know if you guys think I should put this in my Project Pan, because I put the Kosas blush in my Project Pan and I just didn't have a fun time because I just felt like I was forcing myself to use it and I wasn't getting to enjoy some of my other blushes. So I thought about maybe putting this in and using it like every other day, but I'm not sure because honestly I just like to wear whatever I want to wear. So let me know what you guys think I should do about this, but this is one that I have colors like it in my collection, so I would like to use it up one day. I also thought about mentioning some of my nude sticks ones just because I don't love the brand, and again some of these shades are repeats, so I would like to use these up, but not anytime soon. I thought about maybe putting Bareback in my Project Pan just because it's a shade that I could wear every day, and also Tiger Lily Queen is a gorgeous shade, but again I feel like when I swatch them all and I put them on my face, this one, Petal Poppin', the Patrick Ta, they all just kind of look like a bright pink blush on my cheeks, and I love it, but it's like these are cream blushes that will go bad, and I'd rather use something that I love over and over again than have to force myself to rotate through them. So I don't know. This is one that I don't know. I love the shade and I need to wear it more, but just some of these I just would like to see myself use up because I have a lot of cream blushes and I have some shades that are similar to this. Okay, and then last I have some lip products, and some of these will definitely be in my Project Pan. This one is the Fenty, I cannot read this, I don't have my glasses. It's like the sheer shiny lipstick. This is the shade Glazed. I have already used a ton of this. There's not a lot of product in these. This is how much I have left. And this is the shade that I could literally wear every day, so I think I could wear through this. It does have a scent, so I can't wear it right now because I have an allergy. But I think that is something that I could use through. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I need to work through some of my lip products, and this one is one that I can realistically work through. Same with the Kosas Wet Lip Oil in the shade Dip. This one I feel like I could definitely work through because there isn't a lot of product left in here. You can't see it now, but it's probably like to here, and it's like a color that I could wear every day, and I feel like I could definitely work through, especially fingers crossed like in the spring. if I'm back on campus, like in classes, without a mask. The thought of that just makes me so happy, but if that's the case, this would go right in my backpack and I would be able to use it up. Oh, also I have the Kosas jellyfish that I want to work through, but that is actually in my backpack, and that one I could definitely use up in like a month. And then last is the ColourPop lipstick in the shade Ariel. I love this shade on me. I just have the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in JK Magic, and the ColourPop one is definitely older. I don't even know how old it is, but it's pretty old. Probably like 2 years maybe, but they aren't the same shade, but they're like, they do the same job. Same with Fenty Glaze. These all kind of do the same job, and this one is matte versus this one is a little bit more hydrating. So it's just one that it's like, this one's on the older side, not my favorite formula, so it is something that I either want to declutter or just see myself get more use out of. But realistically, I don't see myself using up an entire tube of lipstick, especially in that formula. Okay, and looking at my collection, I really don't think that there's anything else that I feel the need to like get rid of. This isn't a declutter. I do have a declutter coming later this month, but just something where it's like, if I could just get rid of everything and not feel bad about it, these are the things I would get rid of. Like, I do have a few other things, but honestly, everything else that's in my collection is something that I don't want to use up because it's something that I want to keep in my collection for a long time. So those are just a few products that are like, I like them enough to keep them for now. You might see them in declutters down the line, I don't know. But just things that I do want to get some use out of and eventually use up because they aren't holy grail spots in my collection, or just they aren't necessary in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it was a really cool concept, and it also can help get me started and prepared for what I want to put in my project pan next year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know down below what's one thing that you want to use up either in the next year or two, and let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!